Terry's notion was that blades are the real game improvement club, and got me thinking. I mean, I play blades just
Hmm.
because that's what I like to look at. You know what I mean? And so, what were your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that? And what are your thoughts on that?
Well, my very first set of irons were a set of Ram Tour grinds, so they're blades. And as soon as I started working in the golf equipment industry, I had access to virtually any clubs I wanted. I could reach out to Cobra, I could reach out to Titleist, say, "Hey, can I get a set of these heads?" And it's a pretty small industry. You get to know everybody pretty well. I from basically when I first took up golf in the mid 1980s up until around 2017, I played with the latest, greatest, most high tech irons that you can get your hands on. However, 2016, I was setting up the fitting system for this company that now works out of the old Nike oven. It's all 100% US forged blades, 100% bespoke to each client. And we have a very intricate fitting system, a lot more advanced than what you see from Club Champion or any of these other entities. Through building the fitting system, of course, these are all muscle back blades in there. I was more interested in the shafts because it's like we've got a wall full of shafts here. It's like, what about this shaft? What about this shaft? And but the whole thing is, I always had to use this blade head because that's what the whole fitting system is about. And in the process of seeking out all these different shafts, I realized I hit this blade so much better than I hit any of my own game improvement, game forgiveness clubs. In 2017, I had a set of non-branded muscleback blades that Larry Nelson left in my tour van back in 1988 or 89. He brought in a set of 2 iron through pitching wedge, unbranded blades, but they were heavy. And he's like, hold on to these. I got to figure out what I want to do with them because put a dynamic gold in there. There's like have a D6 swing weight, or I'm going to have to go really short, or I'm going to have to find a very light shaft. Fast forward quarter of a century, I'm still holding on to these heads, and I finally decided after doing this fitting system here, let me go ahead and just make myself a set of blades again. I haven't played blades since I first took up the sport, and well, here we are. Fast forward 8 years, I still play with blades now. They are the, to me, best game improvement product. My ball striking is better than it has been my entire golfing career, and I attribute that, a lot of it, just to the muscle back blades. You got to
Yeah,
get the right shaft in there. That's what it's all about, is getting the right shaft.
and a modern blade isn't. Modern blade is pretty forgiving. I mean,
Hmm.
I've played some of the older stuff, and right now I have Mizuno's,
Hmm.
and there's a lot of thought that goes into making this thing, and it's not as penal on these mishits as people. I think I think a lot of that is carried over the years. But as I think as we go on and technology advances, these things become
Yeah.
pretty playable.
Well, like that one post that you're referencing, I talk about, the amount of mass that you have behind the ball, whether it's a center shot or an off center shot. And as you look at how thin the faces are and how oversized they are, for these off center hits, you don't have any mass behind the ball. And even though the moment of inertia measures high on those club heads, the result, ball flight, does not equate to what the so-called technology is talking all about. And we see it every time we do a fitting. Someone comes in, they've got, I'm going to do a fitting tomorrow. The guy's coming in with Ping G440 irons, but he hit a 7 iron tailor-made muscle back that a single club he randomly got his hands on. He's like, oh my gosh, I hit that thing so much better than these game improvement clubs. We get these game improvement clubs coming in here all the time. We baseline on the TrackMan launch, spin conditions, dispersion, and all that. Then as we work them into the fitting with the muscle back blade, suddenly you see that dispersion tightening up. And uh, all golf OEM marketing is telling you the opposite. You need these oversized, non-supported back faces that have high CT readings and high moment of inertia to play your best golf. When in reality, getting mass behind the ball is what leads to playing your best golf.
I think it has the opposite effect in that you get
It
sloppy.
does.
You
It
get
does,
sloppy.
and we see it every fitting. We have yet to have someone come in with a game improvement product that we haven't improved their ball striking just by getting them in the right setup with the proper shaft and the right muscle back.